Ding, ding, ding! Soup's on Japanese style.
We're doing ramen with flavorful broth, spinach, and a poached egg.
And then we're heating things up with a little bit of Sriracha sauce.
Oh, this is a bowl full of yumminess.
Oh, and just wait till you crack open that egg.
Oh, that's even better.
Oh my gosh, it's soup season, guys. We're still doing soup and we're loving it. So
Yes.
I'm Chris,
And I'm Wesley.
my soup crazy loon.
Yeah, ramen crazy.
I know, this has been
We
one of our
have
favorite.
an argument in our house whether
We
it's
do?
just ramen or soup.
It's soup.
I say
I'm
it's
telling
ramen.
you, it's soup. It's called ramen. So I've got a nice pot here that I've heated up, a tablespoon of oil, olive oil, and I'm putting in one medium onion that's been chopped. And that's about, I'm going to say that's about a half a cup. And we're just going to cook this until it gets nice and soft. Okay, so this went about 4 minutes. You see it's getting nice and getting a little toasty, which
That's
is
a hot pot.
It's a hot pot, baby. So now we've got, this is one of my favorite things in the world, ginger, fresh ginger. So it's so prevalent in Asian dishes, which I love. That is a teaspoon of that. And then we've got some fresh minced garlic. That's, I did about 2, you want it like a teaspoon of that. That's gonna be 2 or 3 cloves. And we're just gonna cook that until it gets nice and aromatic. Doesn't take too long at all. When we lived in New York City, we used to live on big old, you'd go and you get those giant styrofoam, I hope they were environmentally safe. Big old
were,
things
I'm
of like
sure.
ramen. We'd also
Or
get the
udon.
udon
Or ramen.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh, it was, and it, on like, you know, it'd be 0 degrees outside.
It was our
so
lunch
cold.
break at work.
And there was a place that was really good, and we'd like trek across the city.
It was
just
all
to
the way
get-
down by the Hudson River. So
Yes.
like this wind would be whipping in our face. We're like, oh, I can't wait for that ramen.
I know. We were like, what are we thinking? And then we get it, and we're like, okay, we were thinking right. Okay,
good.
so now this is critical, you guys. This is chicken broth. I made
Go
a batch.
slow.
I made a batch of it last night, and
It's the best.
I mean, it is literally, you know, soup. I mean, it's the basis of all, of so many soups. So you really back up. So you really want to make sure that you're going with good. If you buy the box or the can, it's still going to be good. But we have a recipe it's not the roasted chicken stock. That's delicious. This is just you simmer it on the stove
It's
for
so
a few hours.
easy.
I did it last night. It was like we were watching TV, like, oh, it smells so good. And then it's just
the dog loved that little bit of chicken.
the chicken, then you've got chicken left over that you could. So, okay, we're going to bring this to a boil. This comes together quickly, which is really beautiful, and then we're just going to keep on trucking. Okay, so
Wow.
now we've brought this to a beautiful boil, and
looks good.
it does, and it smells great.
Oh.
I should have said also, if you want to keep this completely vegetarian, you could do vegetable stock. That's a
Yes.
great option too. So I'm going to go ahead and. Okay, this is a note that you need to take. Get out your notepads. So I'm going to add some salt to this. I'm going to add about 3/4 of a teaspoon. You can taste it later if you want to add a little more, and a half a teaspoon of salt.
I love my ramen salty.
I know. If you are doing store-bought broth, just remember that a lot of times those are salted. The way I make my broth, I don't salt it. So just beware of that and think accordingly. Okay.
Now we're ready for the noodles, y'all. Any college student in the world knows what this is. I think they were like packaged. They're like 6 for $1.
Yeah, so this is the noodles that we took them out. I mean, they're
ramen.
They're so super cheap.
Yeah.
And just, you know, you don't need to spend a lot of money here. And you could go to your Asian market and probably get really high quality ramen, but I find that these work just well. And so what we
those
did,
were the best things ever.
They were great. I mean, we would go down to this discount place in New York City when we were starving artists, to say the least.
Totally.
We never really starved that much, but we certainly
That's
didn't
because
have
we
the
had ramen.
we would buy. They had all kinds of good stuff, but ramen noodle. They had like a whole. Remember, they would have like the different flavors.
Yeah, pork, chicken, shrimp. Yeah.
As if it tasted like
Yeah.
that. But anyway, but boy, we enjoyed it. And you would not make soup out of it. You would
No, I would drain the water and
then put a box
I put
of
like a bunch of put the
crackers.
seasoning in. No, then I put a bunch of butter.
Right. But then I thought you put like a ton of crackers.
Well,
in.
yeah, just to make
Anyway,
it last longer.
I know. So we've opened the package and we discarded the seasoning packet.
Yeah.
If you're in the mood to like really elevate your sodium levels by say 10 times, then go ahead and save that packet for another use.
Yeah.
But we're not going to use it here, and we're going to just continue. You see how these start to break apart, and we're going to continue to cook these for about 7 to 8 minutes until they're super, super tender, and then it's almost soup time. Okay, beautifully softened. It's fabulous. I love this. Okay, so like I said, 2 of those packages gives you the really perfect ratio of broth to noodles. So now we're gonna add fresh
Spinach. We're using grown-up spinach, and we took off all of their stems. What is this, 4 ounces?
It's about 4 ounces, yeah.
But in the store, you'll have the stems, so how much should that be?
Anyway, it's usually, they come in bunches. Just get a bunch. You can eyeball anywhere from 4 to 6 ounces is good. Good. And
depends on how much spinach you want in there.
Yeah, and I gave them a good rip. But this is a bowl this size is good.
All right, let's stick these in there.
And so you could use baby spinach, but I used to put baby spinach in this, and I prefer mature spinach. It's just better for cooking. Baby spinach is awesome, I think, for using in salads, but this just has a great taste, and it wilts down beautifully, and it doesn't take too long. Like, I don't know if I said this, I gave it just kind of just a tear with my hands, so you don't have any giant pieces of spinach floating around. And we're just going to let this cook for a few minutes until it completely wilts down, and then it's time to make that egg. Okay, it's time to bring this ramen soup to a point that it's ready to eat. So what we did was we just continued to cook that shrimp for just a few minutes till it really wilted down.
Spinach.
I'm sorry, what did I say?
Shrimp.
Oh my gosh, where is my mind? I'm doing too much in one day. Anyway, till the spinach, it's like whenever I mean to say mushrooms and I say marshmallows. It's something in my brain, I don't know.
Yes.
But anyway, we just move that over there, put a lid on it to keep it nice and hot.
Warm, yeah.
Meanwhile, we've got a nice pot of water that is boiling. So now this is how we're going to boil the eggs. If you wanted to, you could drop these eggs, keep that simmering, drop those eggs right into the soup and just let them cook until they are nice and set and poached.
But they tend to sink a little bit, and it's a better presentation, we think, when you can see the egg on top.
And you know we're all about the presentation.
That's right.
So, we're going to do our technique, our favorite technique of making poached eggs. It's called the old vortex.
Yes.
And so while Wesley is using...
I'm creating the vortex.
With the back of a spoon, he's vigorously, and I mean vigorously, spinning that boiling water. I am putting a little white vinegar. I've got 2 eggs here, and I've got a little tiny spoonful of white vinegar that I've added.
Okay.
Now Wesley's going to turn it off. I'm going to add an egg here, and I'm going to add an egg here. And look at him go.
There they
go. Okay, now we're going to cover this. We're going to cover this and let it go for 3 minutes, and we're going to have beautifully, perfectly poached eggs. Okay, it's soup time.
It's ramen time.
Ramen soup time. Okay, so look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
Gorgeous.
The smell is fantastic.
Look at that. That's so good.
I'm so happy.
Okay.
So we let our eggs go in over here. So I can tell you, if you like them really yolky, let them just sit in there for about 3 minutes. If you like them not quite as yolky, let them go anywhere from 5 to 6 minutes.
Yay!
We like them a little on the yolky side.
Yes, here, come on close.
Okay, let me try and do this without making a huge mess. Beautiful.
That's all right.
I just love this. And get you a little bit of broth in there.
Ooh.
Oh, it's so good.
Hot.
It is hot.
I'm fingering my food.
I know. It's what you do. Anyway, let me
give me a little more noodles.
Okay.
Ramen.
Oh, this is so fabulous.
Wow.
I'm just so happy with it. Okay.
That
so now
is wonderful.
Now the really fun part. Look at this. Look at those. Aren't those gorgeous? They're just so fancy and frilly.
Bring the whole pot over here.
Okay. Thank you for the instructions.
So excited.
Okay. Now look, they just stay nicely, beautifully intact, and then you just place this right over there. Isn't that beautiful?
Yes, y'all.
All right. Now, that is good. Now, you want to top this. You want some flavoring. So we do a little bit of sesame oil. That deepens the flavor. So good.
I love this so much.
I do too. It is so heartwarming and just so. And then a little sriracha is going to give it just a little bit of kick. You want a little more?
No, that's good. Okay, that's good. That, y'all,
it's just
look at how wonderful that is.
I know.
That is, I mean, that egg, Chris, is absolutely
heavenly.
Perfect.
It's excellent is what it is. And that spinach that's in there, all right. I'm so excited. I love this on so many levels. Okay, I'm gonna put my egg right in there. All right, thank you.
No
I gotta give myself, now you've got those fun little chopsticks and little ramen spoons that I swear it's easier for like a leprechaun to eat than a human being. I mean, but anyway.
There. All right, y'all saw our dance here.
That's right. Okay. All right.
All right, let's go.
Doesn't that look
so
good?
what I need to do first is I need to break my
Your yolk.
My yolk. I just love this. Okay.
I think we left it in there about 5 minutes, so it's probably a little bit cooked, which is good.
Perfect. There we go, people.
How is it? Yeah.
It's actually just, I love it.
It's like a soft
cook. Yeah.
It's a soft boil, which is
perfect.
Which is the way I love
Y'all.
it. In this soup, I think a soft boil is great.
Y'all can
I am
see
so
that?
excited.
I'm just dying.
I may not
gotta
wait.
Break it open.
I may not wait for you, Loon.
Chris, you have to.
Okay. I got to get that. Oh, that's a big chunk of egg.
I'm gonna get my.
So it's still, it's that time of the year where spring is beginning to knock on the door, but it's still cold out, and this is the perfect soup to just warm you to the bone.
It's knocking. All right, I am going in, Chris. I'm gonna slurp a bit, peeps.
Brace yourself.
All right, hold on. I gotta get everything in here.
Okay. We thought this was going to be a short video.
All right, let's go.
We've yet to do that.
That's hot. Hold on.
Oh my God. Oh, you haven't eaten yet. My whole body just went, thank you. I will sit here and and eat this.
I am in heaven. I am in heaven. Chris, this egg.
The egg is really perfect. You guys, it's so much fun. And it took, I'm going to say 30 minutes. I mean, you make that stock in advance, but in a pinch, you can use store-bought, and it's still going to be super delicious.
All right, I'm just gonna have to pick this up when it cools down and pour it down my throat.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Y'all, this is so heartwarming. It just reminds me of just one.
Happiness.
Yes, y'all, this is 10,000% Loon approved.
Yeah, baby, you guys.
It is good.
Soup.
Oh, that siracha, I love a little heat.
I do too. Yes, I know, I do too. So soup just makes life better. This is like fancy chicken noodle soup. It's just so good. So you guys make this. You will be so happy that you did. And if you do, let us know. Put it on Instagram or something.
Y'all, this broth is so good.
It's really good. Okay, we love you guys.
It's make some ramen.
Super! Bye, everybody.